it's that moment that everybody is waiting for when the match starts. Louis van Gaal is very well known to you in the world of soccer at the moment. Took over again the reins of the national team for the Dutch nation, and has called up two very fresh caps in his team. Has actually given the first cap to Andries Noppert, his goalkeeper, who's 28 years old, who's never played for the national team, will be playing for the first time for the Dutch nation today. Now, on the other hand, as well, on Aliou Cissé's side, on the Senegal side, given a cap to Nampalys Mendy, never been capped in the national team. Edouard Mendy is a goalkeeper, plays for Chelsea. They'll have a back line that includes Everton's Idrissa Gana Gueye and also Kalidou Koulibaly's of Chelsea in that back line, which means they know each other very well. They will be communicating very easily there. So the substitutes have got a very big lineup of very well experienced players who ply their trade in Europe. Most of them in the Premier League sides that has made Senegal a very formidable side in the world of soccer. But the big question is, will they be the first nation from Africa to break the barriers and go farther than Ghana did in South Africa 2010? Can they make it to the semi-finals? Well, that's usually what you pose for. And that very iconic and historic picture is the one that you don't want to miss, because from there on, it's a forward match for everybody who's in the team. The captain of the side is Virgil van Dijk. The referee for today's game is Sampon. Kalidou Koulibaly is the captain on the Senegal side. There'll be the usual traditional coin toss and a choice of who's going to choose what side to start from. So Kalidou says, okay, we'll do it from this other side. You have to decide whether you're scoring on that side or you're defending on that side, but it's already been decided here. So the best two prospects here. And of course, the FIFA VAR room will also come into play, as it did yesterday in the goal that was caught by Ena Valencia of Ecuador, which was ruled offside by a foot, well, by the lower foot, if you'd like. Let's look at who they've got here. This man plays for Herenveen. It's called Andries Noppert. First cap that he has onto the game. The back line is made up of Nathan Ake of Man City and Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk, and PSV Eindhoven Steven Bergwijn and Cody Gakpo of PSV Eindhoven. So two players who know themselves very well in that back line, and some very experienced other players in the team as well. Up at the front, Vincent Janssen of Antwerp with 7 goals so far, and in his 20th cap for the Dutch nation, will be playing up at the front together with a very experienced Frankie de Jong of Barcelona. Well, from now on then, it's just a little bit of the anxiety, anticipation before we get proper into the game. It's the second one in Group A. Other results, of course, will be streaming in as well of the other matches that will be played. Big question is, how far can Senegal go this time round? How far can Ghana go this time round? How far can the other African representatives go this far as well? We're into the match now, the second one in Group A, the one that is supposed to be the deciding one on who actually is moving forward. It's Senegal versus Netherlands. I am Bernardo Tieno in the company of former national coach of the Ghana's Black Stars and a former professional footballer as well, Charles Akudor, to take you through the 90 minutes of this one. We do know that Dutch football is usually very exciting with a lot of possession and a lot of midfield play as well. Charles, is that the expectation in today's game?
Yes, well, it's going to be very interesting that the Dutch team are coming with 3-5-2, 3-5-2 or 5-3-2. It can be seen that way, and we believe that.
Well, here is a chance. This is intercepted out for a corner. It's going to be for the Senegalese side, who took that ball in a very quick flush, just making sure they cut it out. Those moments of laxity in the very first minutes of the game can sometimes be a little bit difficult. Good interception though from Frankie de Jong to go out for a corner. First one of the game, it's going to be going to the Senegalese side. Koulibaly is waiting for it. He's the captain of the side. then going to be taken by Idrissa Gana Gueye, the man who plays for Everton. He's got 7 goals so far for his side, with a good crop of expectant fans from Ghana on the stands for this one. A right-footing swinger, easily cleared off into the midfield. They don't have the numbers up at the front, and Ghana, or rather Senegal, comes back with it out on the right side. We're looking at the formations. We said 3-5-2, did you say?
Yeah, 5-3-2, but it can all be seen as 3-5-2.
What is Senegal using?
Senegal is 4-3-3. They stick with that. That's what they've been doing. But this is really important, how they press, how they do in transition to defend and to attack.
All right, let's see how that happens then. So they have it now on the outside left. And this will go to the goalkeeper. He's got his first cap for the Netherlands side. That's Andres Norbert. Who starts it again to his side. As usual, not seeming to be in a hurry. There was a time in which African nations tried very much to play like the Dutch nation in terms of football. Always boasting of very good midfielders. The orange team, as they like to call themselves, playing it all the way back to his goalkeeper again. And to start it from the left side. Nathan Ake, and from Man City, then bring it back to the last man, trying to look for the way through. Oh, this is easily then picked up by the Senegalese defense, who will also want to look for where to take it from. It'll be a big clash, this one. They've got big men who got a physique to take on the 90 minutes of grueling action in the FIFA World Cup. Cody Gakpo left it for Denzel Dumfries. That's going to be another throw-in. Well, talk about exhilarating and very quick action, almost getting the better of the Senegalese side. The physical clash is going to be grueling as well. It will be quite different from what you watched yesterday between Qatar and Ecuador. It's Danny Blind, 32 years old with 94 caps, has got a lot of experience, Mr. Dali Blind. And almost got blamed for that one. Well, this was certainly just waiting for a strike that would have taken it into the net, with Mendy, the goalkeeper, almost looking like he had already been displaced here. But this, for some reason, didn't go into the net, Charles.
Very lucky. That way, we're very lucky.
What happened there?
Well, it was they really created the chance, you know, outplayed them. They needed somebody just to finish, and unluckily, they couldn't do it.
Well, they're coming again. If you like to call it the orange match.
Not really.
They were already coming in there. A good interception coming in from Boulaye Dia. Senegal needs to settle themselves a little. They're ranked 18th in the current FIFA rankings. The Netherlands is ranked 8th. First time that they are meeting in competitive football. Well, Louis van Gaal's men know that they've come close previously in 2010. They lost out in the semi-finals, just the same as in 2014. The drumbeats of the African nation can be heard from the distance. There is a cross, a very long one. I'll tell you, the ball, Al Rihla, really does the journeys that it's supposed to do. Designed to move a little bit faster. A little touch by Papua Boussisse, then sends it into the midfield, and a foul on Ismail Assar. Just when he was about to control it, gets confronted by a very massively built Mathis de Ligt, the man from Bayern Munich. Oh, there was a lot of talk about the African countries coming with African coaches. You know this man, don't you?
Yeah, of course. He's done so well for himself and, of course, for his country. And I think Senegal also kept faith in him.
When you last encountered him, which team was he coaching or playing for?
Senegal.
That's in the national team?
Yeah.
At club level?
At club level, I was in Germany, so he was in France.
Yeah, you're right about that. Going out onto the right side, being chased by Sekou Kouyaté. The intensity now turning up slightly higher than it was before. Again, another cross onto the left side, but doesn't get the right interception towards goal. It's picked up now by Idrissa Gana Gueye. Another right foot cross. Oh, this is going to go out for a throw-in, and it's going to be for the Netherlands. But I think the fans will be happy with that piece of action there. Just missing a connection on that left foot, slightly ahead of Papa Boussissé.
Yes, of course. They're doing well. You know, it's a very open game. I think the other time we saw that Holland was threatening Senegal, and now it's Senegal's turn. And so it's very, very open game.
They may have organized themselves better now, the Senegalese side. They know that on a counter-attack, they stand no chance against the forwards of the Netherlands team. And so they're staying their line. They're not playing a high line for fear of being caught flat-foot. Onto the left side, it's intercepted, brought back into the field of play, all the way back to goalkeeper Andres Norbert. Oh, they suddenly must be having lots of confidence to play the ball around in the goal area, but the Senegalese have another idea altogether, and a quick chip just goes over the bar, much to the delight of the fans of the Senegalese side. Of course, the defenders of the Duck side will be wondering how they let someone take a shot from there. It's not the most comfortable thing to do, Charles.
No, I think Senegal is really doing well. Early to attack, press.
Why didn't he take that shot properly? What was wrong with the technique?
Made an attempt, but the technique was not good. No.
What happened?
His body language was facing the other side of the field. And his back was facing the goal, turning, and so it's always difficult. But I think Senegal is getting into the game. They're doing very well in terms of pressing, early pressing to get the ball. It's going to be a midfield battle, and I think so far it's been good on behalf of Senegal.
This is back into the midfield, and would have been interesting to see how Sadio Mane would have been fighting it out in that midfield, but is not in the game today after picking up an injury playing for Bayern. And would have been battling a couple of men that he knows very well as well. Virgil van Dijk, who he played with at Liverpool, and of course Mathis de Ligt. Van Gaal led this team to a third place finish in 2014.
Talking of Van Gaal, he came with the same style of play in 2018 in Brazil. Sorry, 2014 in Brazil, and he was successful. Hopefully, he will achieve the same success this time around.
What do you mean he was successful? They didn't win the World Cup.
He didn't win, but he did well. I mean,
so doing well is successful.
Yeah,
well, they finished first in their group
it was third,
in the World Cup qualifiers, and it's not pushovers in the tournament at all. He's got a star-studded team, we must say as well. So the expectation is that he's going to do much better than what he did before. 2010 and 2014 in third place. Must be a case of coming so close. And he needs to get even closer. Oh, Sekou Kouyaté couldn't quite pick that one up. He had advantage play is given to the Senegalese side, who have possession. It is lost now, looking for a fast break onto the right side. Or the Dutch sides have good control as well, coming off the feet of Vincent Johansson. Tries to cross it onto the left side. He's going to go out for a throw in this one. Well, Ismaili Assar should have gotten up quickly after he realized that the advantage was on their side, but that clash did have an impact on both players. It's going to be a throw-in. This is for the Netherlands. Trying to get some leverage into the midfield. It's a very long, almost looking like a clearance kind of ball with the defender toying with the idea of getting it back to the goalkeeper and then realizing that he's going to be caught short on that one. Leaving it to Boulaye Dia, who then waits for a little bit of support to come from behind. Oh, something in between a cross and a decision not to cross it costs Crepin Diatta the possession of the ball. Yeah, I didn't know exactly what he wanted to do there. I think he had two minds there, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't sure of what he was doing.
Does that happen a lot in football?
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes, so it doesn't happen a lot. Yeah. Here is a chance at a shot. Oh, I think it's offside, according to the referee. Yeah, having come from an offside position. There it is again. You can see it clearly now. But that just means they're pushing, doesn't it?
They are very tight to the Netherlands and giving them no space. Because if they do, you know, it will be a problem for them, and it is good. It's going well for them.
Back into the midfield. The battle here seems to be on who's going to be controlling it. This is Ismaili Assar. He obviously will be looking to cut it back on a 45. Did it already go off the field of play? Yes, the flag says so. It's going to be a goal kick. It's going to be for the Netherlands. It's one of the footballing powerhouses of the world, the Netherlands, isn't it, Charles?
It is. But of course, Senegal is also African strongest team, you know, and so it's sort of balanced game. They're doing well. Holland as well. But the midfield battle, like I kept saying, the transition to attack, transition to defend, it's been very, very good on the side of Senegal.
Well, the Netherlands have enjoyed considerable success in their continent as well. They topped their nation's league group and had 2 wins over Belgium. So that should boost their morale a little bit. We're looking at the back as well, and the teams have several world-class options. Van Dijk is one of them. Stefan de Vrij is one of them, and Matthijs de Ligt is the other. So that battle is still being fought with no one particularly claiming it at the moment, but being a very important area in which the transition is being made. It's a little bit of a foul there, just holding him back. Coming very quietly from Vincent Johansson until ultimately bringing down Nampais Mendy. We played back to Edouard Mendy.
Talking of Mendy, he needs to be focused 90 minutes of the game. I mean,
here is a good chance for a shot across, looking for a chance to just send it straight into the net. But a quick interception will send it out for a throw-in. Playing a little bit complacently in defense in that move, the Senegalese side. If you'd like to look at it the other way around, then the Dutch side becoming adventurous enough to quietly walk into that goal area and create a chance to try and put the ball in the net. Opting for the left side again. Oh, they'll be looking for a cross as well. It's a good one. You would have thought that Denzel Dumfries would have gone for it. Instead, it's Gakpo who brings in the cross, the header. Just missing target. And goes out for a goal kick. It just wasn't accurate in the header, Charles, was it?
Exactly. Well, direction as well. There was no direction. But the Netherlands have had a couple of chances. They needed just a finisher, somebody who could just tap the ball in. This is the second time they've done that. This one was an area ball. But of course, on the ground, they've had two so far, and they needed just somebody to. And therefore, it means that Senegalese needs to be careful and be organized properly.
This is going to be a goal kick. Senegal have had 44% of possession in this game. The bulk of it as the Netherlands commands only 40% of it. Yusuf Sabali. Three men on that right side trying to find where to move into with the ball, enjoying themselves a bit as well in keeping possession. Just being careful not to be offside as well. Is this going to go out for a corner? I think there was a touch that would just give it away to Senegal for a corner. Maybe a closer look will be able to tell us. Yep, it takes the knee. Yeah. And that means that it goes out for a corner that is going to be for the Senegalese side. The Teranga Lions, or if you'd like, the Lions of Teranga. Man to take it is Idrissa Gana Gueye. Well, lots of people challenging for that ball, ultimately lobbing or bobbing just on the outside. This is one of the dangerous men for this side here, Stephen Bajuin. A through ball, then cut onto the left side for a perfect chance, and an open one. The goalkeeper is already displaced, but Mendy makes himself a little bit larger than life and waits for support to come to him as well. Well, the Dutch will wonder what happened at that moment. As they try again to build it just outside of the box. It's going to be a free kick here. Well, they had a perfect chance to change the game there, didn't they?
Yes, of course. This is not the first time. They've always had a chance.
But let's look at this one. What happened here? He should have shot on the left foot when he had the ball, you know?
He has
there.
Chances like that.
Or on the right, going on to the other side.
Exactly. He wasted too long. And of course, the Senegalese were coming back to defend, and of course, he lost the opportunity to score. But this is why Senegal also has to be very good. First of all, it was in Holland's half, the Netherlands half, and of course, they were not able to defend. But from there, quickly, they got into the attacking line, the final third, and they almost scored.
Is this going to be a free kick now? Into the midfield, almost caught the Senegalese side by some very quick action that comes from the Dutch forwards. This is Pape Cisse. Oh, not a very good delivery coming back to his fellow striker here. Then again, the Dutch haven't really quite organized themselves in terms of transition from their half into the midfield. Maybe a better run this time round by Freddy de Jong. Spirited, but not getting to the last intended. There's going to be a foul just outside the box here. And that's where the danger begins then, on the set pieces that will be given to the Dutch side, courtesy of that run that was coming from Matthias de Ligt. Edward Mendy has got the experience needed to be in the sticks between in between the sticks for the Senegalese side. He's 30 years of age. Has had 25 caps for the Senegalese side, playing his 26th cap. The experience that he gets from Chelsea is obviously very important to this as well. But what have the Dutch been training on for the set pieces? Too many might just go on the left foot. But then that's what sometimes they would like you to feel and to think. It's looking like the most obvious one on the left foot, carved in. Everybody lacking the situational awareness because the ball then changes direction and goes totally away from what was intended. Frankie de Jong. Well, I think that the Dutch as well have got to organize themselves. The transition is not very smooth from the back to the final third.
I think they've done well as a result of break from the back to attack. They've had, I mean, few clear chances to score a goal, and they've just been unfortunate.
This goes off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And I'll talk about a local coach who's taken the Senegalese side to greater heights after they won the first African Cup of Nations title. You do remember them beating Egypt in the penalties. And it's a bit of a fight here, I tell you. Keeps the ball in play, but then again loses possession. It's going to go in for a throw-in. It's turning out into a very grueling physical contest as well. That will probably determine just who has the stamina to go through the 90 minutes of it.
Exactly. Both teams are trying to impose their physical presence in the game.
Steven is all the way to the goalkeeper, Mendy. He will start it for the Senegalese side from his side. And they decide to start a short one just among themselves there. Kalidou Koulibaly was close by there. I think they want to move it and move with it right from their half going forward. It's going to be a little bit of physical challenge in the midfield. And Ismail Diarra was just wondering why Delete was being a little bit hard on him. But the Bayern Munich defender is a no-nonsense defender. Statistics will tell the story as well in numbers for defensive lines and midfield. This is Koulibaly who sends it forward. The flag has stayed down. Offside here. Nice little dummy coming off Idrissa Sara. Talk about some good speed as well. And a deflection that saves everything for the Dutch team coming off the head of Virgil van Dijk. It's going to be a corner. Kouyaté has already taken it. That goes a little bit further than it was intended. As Dutch now try to organize themselves. Between these two teams, they do know that they are each other's stumbling blocks. They're the only ones who can stand in the way of each other. The Netherlands can stand in the way of Senegal. Senegal can stand in the way of the Netherlands. And I'm sure they've looked at the other opposition they have in Ecuador and Qatar. And they could have decided that that one they will be able to get past very easily. Virgil van Dijk sends it further into the midfield. Good ball down on the right side. The cross attempt by Denzel Dumfries is intercepted out. Minutes of play, and scoreline at 0-0 in this group clash between the African champions and the European powerhouse. There is a head nicely lobbed down, but not accurately towards the goal area. It goes off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. Big question would be how the two of them together are going for the ball there. Or you could say there were four other Senegalese players who are going for it. Marking is going to be of key importance in instances like this one, Charles.
Exactly. I think the Dutch has a target where Van Dijk was standing, and of course one should be there. But of course, he didn't allow him. You know, he was not free to head the ball, and so he was not able to get that direction very well.
Oh, they started again from their own half. Push that has been well spotted by the referee, and quickly started again by Senegal. That's a good run on the right side, trying to find some space. Idrissa Gueye ending up with it. Then they try to sneak it past the defenders into the box. It's quickly intercepted. They have to look for other areas to play out in. The confidence in passing is very, very, very visible. And of course, it's of good impact in the game. Ultimately, it's Frankie de Jong who has the ball, but look at the danger of just playing complacently around their goal area. The shot a little bit delayed and blocked as well. They have to rebuild it. It's going to go out onto the right side. Very low attempt coming from Crepin Diatta. I think it was too far. The shot is not accurate. It doesn't have the power as well in it.
Exactly. I'm sure he wanted a different. He had a different idea, but he was not able to get the target. But talking about this, the situation, I think Van Dijk was looking at the opposite side of the game. I don't know why he was doing that.
He lost the ball very easily there. Lost possession for his side in a very dangerous area. Should have been looking at how to remove it completely from his home area. He's been very solid in the other parts of the game that they've played so far. So he's going to be starting it again for his team. You should not be fooled by the calmness with which they're bringing in the ball. It turns into a lot of danger the moment the transition changes up at the front and it turns into an attack. And that's what you need to worry about. There is Nathan Ake. Is it onto the left side? Oh, they were always looking at trying to get the ball to Steven Bergwijn. This goes off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in that is going to be given to the Senegalese side. Abdou Diallo is one of the men in the Senegal side. Taking the throw-in. Foul that has been given to the Dutch side. Yes, there's a lot of physical exertion in this game, and everybody's trying to make it look like they are the ones who are the aggrieved parties by the time they're getting onto the ball, so it becomes very difficult for you to be able to apportion the blame or find out who exactly then should be getting the benefit of the foul. But in this case, it goes to the Dutch side. And most probably, again, it will be coming off the left foot of Steven Bergwijn. The left-footed Ajax midfielder might just be the one to take it. there's always the preparation and the dummy preparation as well, to try and just change things a bit there. Onto the right foot. Mendy's off his line. Koulibaly decides to bring it back into play. It's picked up now by Crepin Diatta. Kalidou suddenly realizes that he doesn't have much chance to take the ball forward, decides to play it back to the goalkeeper. Abdou Diallo. Good ball down on the left side. He creates the spaces and forces the defenders into an error. Yeah, he just forced him to send the ball off the field of play.
Yeah, he doesn't want to risk. So
because he knows the danger.
Wants to play it safe.
Van Gaal is taking notes there. Do you think he's thinking about what changes he should be making already?
I don't think so.
It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early. I'm sure he's looking at what they could do to improve what they're doing, how the game is going.
Oh, here comes the Senegalese side, just outside the box, and very desperate long shot that was not going to trouble the goalkeeper at all from a very long distance. It was easily picked up by the goalkeeper, Andres Nopat.
I think both teams have not been able to test both goalkeepers, and we're yet to see that.
They've not been taking the long shots.
Exactly.
They're all probably trying to go for a classic goal then.
Yeah, Holland in several occasions, and I've had a chance to, but they need a clean cut.
Well, let's hope they realize that a goal is a goal, regardless of whether it is scored from a distance or scored as a classic one, where you walk right into the net with it. And it's just my opinion, but this game badly needs a goal to change even the way it is being played. At the moment, they've given each other too much respect in the first half, in my opinion. Something needs to give, just so that everybody can bring in whatever they wanted to bring into the game. Some of these entanglements, if you'd like to call them that, are as a result of that respect that they've given each other, that is turning out into just a little bit of a push-pull, long, contacts that is quite undesirable, instead of just seeing the prowess on the field of play.
Just that they have too much information about each other. So it's making the game, they are aware of what one can do. So, but let's see.
Getting out from the left side. Kalidou suddenly go and take it away from Steven Bergwijn. And again, the Dutch side will be bringing in the cross from the left side. The header brings it back to the center, looking for a setup just for a shot. The defenders obviously crowding the strikers out, not giving them the chance for a shot whatsoever. It's a big one because off the field of play, there's a touch that makes it a corner for the Dutch team. Yeah, the very last touch then comes off the head of Pab Abou Cissé. With Vincent Janssen, of course, not quite happy that he couldn't get to it, or thinking about the advantage if he had gotten onto that ball. Here is another one, headed out again by Kalidou. But it goes right back to where it came from. And another chance at a corner, you would say, as this rolled off the field of play for another throw-in. The pressure is on coming from the Netherlands side. Ake plays it out to the left side. Long ball by Dali Blind goes off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. Frustration written all over his face. Sometimes you might think it's that easy, but after 36 minutes you're sweating and you're panting and you're tired.
Especially when you're not getting what you want.
And you're not getting the goals. It becomes a little bit difficult, doesn't it?
It is.
8 stadia for the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup. And 7 of them newly built for the purpose. Foul here. Well, the referee, for the very first time, giving a verbal caution here to Ake and telling him, you know what, I've seen you so many times, so you better stop it altogether. You see the push from Ake from behind there.
There's a slight push
on Idrissa Gueye. Oh, has been informed to cut it and cut it out completely. A switch play that should have been coming to Diallo. He doesn't get onto it, but at least the Senegalese midfielders rally back to pick up the possession. It's Mendy now, playing it down to Abu Cisse, and then to the center to Idrissa Gueye. Looking a little bit more organized and confident now. Taking on the Netherlands team in their own style of play, then you would say, able to even roll it back to their own defense and goalkeeper and restart the build-up from their side. This is still in play. A little bit of a pull here, but the advantage given to Senegal because they have possession. Gueye plays it out to Ismaili Assar. Some good confidence on the ball now in Senegal. Abdou Diallo looking for a way of playing it on the line, dummying and going in one direction, leaving the ball heading on to the other side. I thought they were enjoying themselves a little bit too much. It almost looks like it looked like a little bit of showboating was creeping into the game there. The Dutch side has picked it up and they're going out on a break. Frankie de Jong plays it out to the right side. This is Dumfries who's brought it back into the center, and a quick shorter that goes over the bar. Coming from Steven Berghuis. Just had a quick left foot touch. I think it takes a little deflection there as well. That might just give it out for a corner.
Maybe. But the Dutch are very quick, very good in quick breaks. Once they gain possession, they are very quick to get into the final third of the Senegalese, which is good.
Well, there wasn't any touch then.
No.
It was given out for a goal kick. And Senegal way back on this other side with a little cross that comes in. Ake very easily deals with it. Well, that's going to be a foul there. Referee was just waiting to see whether the advantage would be lost. It's going to be given back to the Senegal side. Foul on Ismaila Sarr. Push coming in heavy from Matthijs de Ligt. Knew exactly what danger there was in letting him go through. But this was the nice little cross that was brought in by Ismaili Assar. Wasn't converted, was cleared off very quickly by Ake. It's going to be a free kick. What's your feeling about this, Charles?
It's very difficult to tell.
That's what I'm asking about, the feeling. Just a feeling. Well, I have a feeling it's going to be going directly towards goal, and that it presents the best chance for Senegal in the entire game altogether. First time that we're seeing them having a chance at a set-piece situation. We've seen the Dutch side having it. Oh, it's not very well lobbed into the area. Very easily cleared. This goes off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. Leo Cisse with some very frantic instructions to his team. He knows it's a big stage. It's his big moment as well. And he wants them to perform well.
I think so far what I've seen with Senegal able to control the game, pass the ball very well, but once they lose possession, it becomes an issue, it becomes a problem. And the Dutch are quick to get into the half of the Senegalese.
Mount very quick counter-attacks the Dutch side, and that's one of the things you need to worry about if you are playing them, that they could very easily upstage you with a quick attack. Back into the midfield. And then up to the left side. Van Dijk. This is Dumfries and trying to open up the space. So we'll go out for a throw-in. It's going to be given to the Senegalese side. 43 minutes played, no goal in this clash that is pitted as the biggest clash in the Group A. The two sides that are largely being tipped to be able to go through from this group are meeting for the very first time at the World Cup and for the very first time in competitive football. It's turned into a little bit of a physical clash as well. I can tell you, even that has not been won by any one side, in my opinion. They're still fighting for that as well. The midfield clash has not been won by any side either. And in defense, well, they are also trying to get the better of each other, although this one almost beats the goalkeeper. Lucky it wasn't directly towards the net because Mendy just couldn't get to it. And Sabali should have known not to give it in that direction. Youssouf Sabali thought that he was giving a back pass to his goalkeeper. It could have turned tragic if it had been directly towards goal. Lucky that it was on the side. It goes out for a corner. It might just be the last chance for the Dutch side to show anything else that they've got in this first half waiting. Referee spotted some infringement and says very nicely, calm down. That goes directly to Antwerp's Vincent Johnson. Right foot in swinger then. And a very nicely weighted one. Good lever as well, not too high up, not too low as well. Pick it out on the right side. Stephen Begal's cross was very easily dealt with. The Senegalese side coming out on a fast break. It might not be their strength. And yes, they didn't know exactly how to execute that counter-attack. They needed to wait a little bit for the support to come from the midfield. Otherwise, they were too far apart, Charles. The three of them up at the front.
They're not quick to attack, and that is the problem. When he had the ball, he needed men to run forward.
So some other people did not join the attack.
Exactly.
2 minutes of added time.
To what the Dutch are doing.
2 minutes of added time is what will be played. We've already played 45 minutes of regular time. Mendy comes off his line to clear this one. But a big clearance that sends it off to the side stands from the Chelsea goalkeeper. Going to be a throw-in. Nathan Ake and Virgil van Dijk have been marshalling that defense on that side, and not very often have they been beaten in that area with the ball. They've actually managed to shift the attacks from the right side of the Senegalese attack to the left. Or if you'd like to put it the other way around, they've shifted the attention on the focus of defense from the left side to the right side, because they've managed to stop them from going through on the right side. Comes back into the midfield and just cross the halfway line looking for support. And all it takes is to displace one person, and then they all move in then. Dumfries with a cross here, looking for a chance at a volley. It doesn't come from Stephen Bajwain, who was expected to go for it. Very fair tackle that wins the ball for the Dutch side, who again are on the attack. Diallo then quickly clears it. Got so many men at the back, the Senegalese side. Now this is that situation again, where they have to wait for the support. They can't mount a counter-attack, the Senegalese side. That's not what they planned for.
No, they are slow in coming out when they gain possession. And one of the ideas to also surprise the Dutch is to...
There is a shot towards goal. Just enough orange men waiting for anything to come out of that area. I think it's been given out to the Dutch side for an infringement earlier on. It's going to be a free kick. Played 2 minutes already of the added time, so any time now the whistle is going to be going for half-time. What's your ultimate analysis of the first half as we have watched it?
It's been an open game for both sides. They've tried their best to create chances. More, I see the Dutch having more opportunities to score than the Senegalese. Senegalese have not been able to come out quick to threaten the team.
Well then, we'll see what happens in the second half, if there's any changes that will be made to rejig the teams. But at halftime from Alderama Stadium, Senegal 0 and Netherlands 0 at halftime.
ሴኔጋል ከኔዘርላንድስ ግብ ያልተቆጠረበትን የመጀመሪያ 45 አሳይቶናል። አፍሪካን ወክላ የመጀመሪያ ተሳትፏን ያደረገች የምትገኘው በዘንድሮው የዓለም ዋንጫ ላይ ሴኔጋል ጥሩ የሚባል ጅማሮን ያደረገችበት 45 ነበር። ካፍታ ቆይታ በኋላ ስንመለስ የሁለቱ ቡድኖች የመጀመሪያ 45 ምን ይመስላል የሚለውን ከድሉና እስማኤል ጋር ጉዳዮችን ያነሳን ቆይታ የምናደርግ ይሆናል። አብራችሁ ቆዩ።
አነስተኛ ነው።
ቀላል ውሎን ለማሳለፍ እንዲሁም የተቀላጠፈ ኑሮን ለመምራት የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክ የሞባይል መተግበሪያን አሁኑኑ ይጫኑ። የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክ ሁሌም የሚተማመኑበት ባንክ።
የጉሊት ንግዴን አሻሽዬ ህይወቴን ለመቀየር ከማን ልበደር?
ነዳጅ ለመቅዳት ብር ጎደለ ምን ተሻለ?